Hey everybody, it's John here from VidGamiac.com, and here we are in Revelations grabbing the Iron Curtain achievement. This is an extensive one, so be prepared. You do this in Memory Sequence 2, Part 6. You are going to have your first den defense for the first time, and basically it's like Assassin's Creed tower defense. So it's going to teach you all the controls and stuff, and if you don't get it on your first try, you can always restart it by going into your DNA and checking that out. Basically, you want to assign a leader to a rooftop, and this way you can start putting troops up here and have units. And your first units are going to be archers, who are called crossbowmen, and you can put up to 3 of them in one zone. A roof has 3 or so zones. So what I recommend doing is putting all your troops in the front. And the reason for that is because they'll be first to attack the oncoming Templars, and every Templar you kill you get a point, and you spend the point on more troops and more fortifications and such. Alright, so the first wave is super easy. Then you get taught to use barricades for the first time, and to do that you hit the right bumper to bring up your unit wheel. This is basically your list of things you can build or units you can hire and all that stuff. Basically, barricades are the main strategy of this. You want to build as many barricades as you can, and barricades cost 10. And my strategy for the barricades is to put them as far back as possible so we can save them up more. Because obviously if you put them in the front, they'll get destroyed in the early waves, and we won't use them for later, and they'll go to waste. So, you know, spend a lot of your money on troops, because your troops aren't gonna die if you put them on the roofs. You can also put them on the ground, but you need to have a barricade in place. So what I spend my next money on my second wave, as you can see here, my first set of units does a good job of taking out the second wave. I will buy another assassin leader and put him on the opposite roof, and then I can use some of my other money to start hiring some more troops. And I got another assassin leader right here. I'm gonna put him on the middle roof, and then you can start hiring riflemen. Riflemen are basically like the crossbowmen, except they're stronger and cost more money and do more siege damage, so you can take out heavy armored foes, and they're great, especially for later. So you're gonna have to hire 2 of them as part of the tutorial, and spend the rest of your money on the crossbowmen, because obviously the more units you have, the more enemies you kill. You know, it's like any RTS game. Spend a lot of your money on the lower units and just start swarming. And the third wave, it can get pretty tricky because you have these axe guys who are pretty strong, but our barricade there buys us some time so we can put some units back here. And here we go. And if you run out of money, what you could do is you can hover over your pre-existing units, hit the Y button, and that will basically sell them and give you some money back, like half of your return. And then you can start putting some more guys up here, and you want to also fortify your back whenever you have enough money. But that barricade does a pretty good job of stalling them. But I'm putting more troops here, and that takes out the third wave and nets me enough money to start hiring some more troops, and then they can back off. If they've been attacking for a while, they'll start to retreat, so, you know, keep some soldiers in the front in case of that happens. Alright, so you're gonna have the cannon option right here. If you hit left bumper, that's basically the screen killer. This achievement makes you so you can't use the cannon. The achievement is to get a perfect run without using the cannon, and a perfect run is your base taking 0 damage. So instead of using the cannon, we are going to pop more soldiers on here, especially in the middle, and once again we're just going to surround the enemy with arrows. Now once we have enough money, we can start putting up more barricades right here to slow them even more down. And I recommend on the 4th wave right here just spending a lot of your money on barricades, because it will come in handy for way later. Barricades are way important here, and just start building them up from the back and going towards the front. So we're gonna pop our last barricade up here. We still have a ton of money left, so I'm just gonna spend the rest of it on archers, and I'm just gonna put a lot of them here in the front and get ready for the next wave or two. And there we go. And popping some guys in the middle here. You know, spread you guys out as much as possible, but try to keep a strong front, because obviously you want to protect your barricades, protect your investments and such, because your barricades will die but your soldiers won't, which is really convenient. Alright, so you're gonna have the fourth wave right here. Your first barricade is gonna slow them down a lot, and as you can see, they're retreating right there. And our archers are doing great job putting archers in any missing places. And as you can see, they're having no trouble, and we're getting more money, which means we can put up another barricade in case it breaks. Or what you can do is you can start putting ground soldiers, which have a better line of shot, but obviously they can die because they are in the way of the barricade. Alright, so you're going to get to this point, you're going to have a last wave. They're going to send basically a tank after you, or it's more like a ramming thing, I don't know, the 15th century equivalent of a tank. Yeah, that thing, it's basically a giant log, and will destroy you. And what you want to do now is to just spend all your resources and fortify everything. Put some soldiers in the back, because that thing will rip across your barricades, but obviously you need your barricades there to slow it down. Alright, so all your soldiers right here are going to start attacking it. When your soldiers get out of range, you want to recall them to get your money back, and then start putting soldiers in the back right here and in the middle. You know, just put soldiers all over the place, and as soon as your guys get out of range, just recall them, get your money back, and just start putting more soldiers behind, and just use everything you can on the back right here, because that is where you're gonna kill it. And this thing does a ton of damage. And as you can see, the barricades are just there to slow it down, honestly. And we can recall a lot of our assassins right here and just start putting them all in the back right here, just using it. If you have a lot of money, just recall your archers and start putting riflemen out, because their siege damage will help out a ton in taking this thing out. And as you can see, it just broke through the last barricade, but we managed to kill it at the last minute, and our fortress went untouched. And we can all celebrate with our assassin brothers, because we got the achievement for a 20 gamer score. And that's all there is to it.